Uttarakhand tunnel crash news live updates. DRDO's robotics machine team and international tunneling experts reach site for rescue operation. On the 9th day, efforts to rescue the workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in Uttarkashi continued on Monday. The rescue teams are now concentrating on vertical drilling, aiming for the fastest possible route to reach the stranded workers. Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari, who visited the site, said that they are doing everything to pull out the workers safely out of the tunnel, but it might take 2 to 3 days more. The minister also said that a thorough inquiry will be conducted once the rescue operation is over. Chandrababu Naidu granted regular bail in skill development case. Chandrababu Naidu on Monday was granted regular bail by the Andhra Pradesh High Court in the skill development case, ANI reported. The Telugu Desam Party chief is on interim bail till November 28. On October 31, the High Court granted a 4-week interim bail to the former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister on medical grounds. Andhra Pradesh news: fire breaks out at Visakhapatnam fishing harbour, 40 boats charred. A massive fire broke out at a fishing harbour in Andhra Pradesh's Visakhapatnam on Monday morning. The fire, which initially began on one boat, gradually spread to 40 other boats. In order to take control of the situation, several fire tenders reached the spot. Police registered a case and are investigating the incident.
Closing bell: Sensex falls for second day, ends 140 points lower, Nifty below 19,700, Airtel jumps 2%, Adani and sheds 3%. Indian shares were subdued on Monday, weighed by losses in banking and financial stocks as investors assess the impact of the central bank's tighter rules for personal loans on lenders. The NSE Nifty 50 index and the S&P BSE Sensex were flat at 19,731 and 65,746, respectively, as of 10:20 a.m. IST. Banking and financial indexes were down 0.2% each, while the private bank index fell 0.4%. The selling in banks will get exhausted as unsecured lending for banks for retail clients are very low and banks have very strong risk management, said Saurabh Jain, Assistant Vice President for Research at SMC Global Securities. Last week, the Reserve Bank of India instructed the country's banks to set aside more capital, after repeated warnings about rapid growth in some personal loans.
UK stance on agri-GI items remains hurdle in FTA talks with India. The UK and India are in ongoing negotiations for a free trade agreement FTA, with a major point of contention being the level of protection for geographical indication GI products in the agricultural sector. Once a product receives GI status, others cannot sell a similar item under the same name. The UK seeks heightened safeguards for its GIs, including renowned items like Scotch whisky, Stilton cheese, and cheddar cheese. India dispatches second round of aid to Gaza amidst Israel-Hamas conflict. India has once again demonstrated its commitment to providing humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip amidst the escalating conflict between Israeli forces and Hamas terrorists. The second batch of aid, carried by the Indian Air Force's C-17 aircraft, comprises 32 tons of essential supplies. The aircraft is destined for the El Arish airport in Egypt, approximately 45 kilometers away from the Rafah crossing, the sole entry point for humanitarian aid into Gaza. India's consistent efforts to provide aid underscore the global call for solidarity in addressing the urgent humanitarian needs arising from the conflict in the region. India-bound ship hijacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels in Red Sea, says IDF. A cargo ship named Galaxy Leader, en route from Turkey to India, has been hijacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. Approximately 50 crew members from various nations were on board. The Israeli Defense Forces IDF confirmed the hijacking but clarified that the ship is not Israeli. The Washington Post reported ongoing US-mediated talks for a 5-day ceasefire to facilitate aid shipments. Earlier reports on Qatari mediators seeking a deal for a 3-day ceasefire in exchange for 50 hostages. India's GDP surpasses $4 trillion mark, a historic milestone. In a significant economic achievement, India's gross domestic product (GDP) has crossed the $4 trillion mark in nominal terms. India's consistent efforts across various sectors, coupled with strategic policies and a thriving entrepreneurial spirit, have played a pivotal role in achieving this historic milestone. The Reserve Bank of India's RBI November bulletin revealed a stronger than expected GDP growth in the second quarter, surpassing the RBI's initial forecast of 6.5%. Virat Kohli earns the Player of the Tournament title in the Cricket World Cup 2023. The ICC World Cup 2023 witnessed a spectacular display of cricketing prowess, with Indian batting maestro Virat Kohli earning the Player of the Tournament title for his exceptional performance. Kohli's stellar performance in the tournament set new records, with a total score of 765 runs in 11 innings, the highest ever runs scored by a batter in a single edition of the World Cup. The 35-year-old cricket icon added another feather to his cap by surpassing the legendary Sachin Tendulkar's record, achieving his 50th one-day international ODI century. Tendulkar's long-standing record of 49 ODI centuries was eclipsed by Kohli, making this World Cup edition particularly special for the prolific batsman. Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for 2022 presented to COVID-19 warriors. The prestigious Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for the year 2022 was jointly awarded to the Indian Medical Association (IMA) and Trained Nurses Association of India. The award ceremony took place on 19 November, where former Vice President Hamid Ansari presented the honour to Dr. Sharat Kumar Agrawal, President of the IMA, and Professor Dr. Roy K. George, President of the Trained Nurses Association of India. This recognition extends to every doctor, nurse, paramedic and support staff for their selfless service, dedication and perseverance in the face of the unprecedented challenges posed by the pandemic.